G'day, this is Simon from the brackets here at South OC Cars and Coffee. I'm with another Simon who has brought probably one of the most special cars we've ever seen at South OC Cars and Coffee. What is it, Simon?
It's a 1927 Bugatti Type 35B.
Yeah, this thing is super special. Let's swing the camera around and check it out. Simon, these cars are kind of iconic. You see them, stories told about them, very rare, very, very special. Tell me the story about this particular car and its history and how you came to get it and all of that.
Yeah, so the Bugatti Type 35, right, were originally conceived purely as a race car. Back then in Europe, there were quite a lot of long distance races.
Right.
Probably the most well known back in those days was the Targa Florio in Sicily.
Yep.
In 1927, 28, something like that, they did the first Monaco Grand Prix. And the Bugatti Type 35 actually won the very first Monaco Grand Prix.
Did it really?
Yes. So so that's what the history of the model itself kind of stems from.
Yep.
For its age, it was extremely advanced. I mean, it has overhead camshafts. It has 3 valves per cylinder.
Does it really?
Yeah. It's a 2.3 liter straight 8 with a supercharger.
Yeah, I saw the supercharger down there.
So it makes 130, 140 horsepower.
Wow.
It weighs like 1,600 pounds. So in those days, your equivalent to, let's say, today's Ford Mustang was your Ford Model T,
yep,
which did 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
This did 130 miles an hour.
Yeah, and they were probably about 27 horsepower as well back in the day compared to...
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. So this particular car, is there a history that you know about the car?
Yeah, so the thing that you get with these older cars, right, there's no parts available. Right?
Yep.
So there's one well-known company called Persang that actually makes spare parts for Bugattis of this era.
Right.
And because they've made so many parts, and the owner originally said, hey, I actually want one of these, but they were impossible to buy because they're so expensive.
Yep.
He actually built a full car based out of all the model cars that he had made for other people.
Wow.
And to this day, they make the car exactly the same as the original. So hand built everything.
Yep.
Down to the last nuts and bolts. The only difference between this car and a car that came out of Molsheim in France, where the Bugatti factory was,
yep,
is that this one has a electric fan on it and an electric starter.
There's a few interesting things about this car. One of the things I want to point out is the fact that the distributor cap is sitting in there right with the passenger and the driver is sitting in between them, which is just, I mean, it makes you wonder why they would do those sort of things. But it was also sort of kind of cool that they would. Designed for the days when you'd have somebody obviously navigating with you as well, with gauges on the side. Just an incredible car.
Like other things from back then is, of course, Loctite and gaskets were not really, Loctite didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Gaskets weren't that good. So the engines would regularly, especially at high speed and high G-forces, would lose oil.
Yep.
So there's actually an oil pump here.
Oh, look at that.
Where you can pump, there's an oil tank underneath.
So you can pump oil from under the tank under the seat.
And then this is for fuel pressure. So if you really needed to take off and build extra fuel pressure, you could do that here as well.
Wow, what an incredible car. I mean, even the aero in the day when they were figuring out what would make a car move through air quicker, but also, obviously still provide all the fundamentals. One of the things I love about Bugatti is even today, if you look at a Chiron or a Veyron, they still stay with exactly the same grille, which I think is super cool, and the same logo as well. Well, Simon has our Car of the Week winner, and very worthy as well. You get this Maguire complete kit, which includes a polishing sponge, cleaner wax, scratch remover, car wash, glass cleaner, interior detailer, hot shine foam. You can keep this magnificent looking Bugatti in the magnificent condition that it is. Thank you so much for bringing it out.
Thanks.
Thank you.